So it's time to work on death. And especially today we are going to go to the cremation ground. How many of you are afraid of seeing dead body burning? Oh God, you are going to see something like a 40 bodies burning. And double decker. They will put two body in one. No, really. No, you will see part by part separately hanging and all. This is not even a decent cremation ground. No, just actually you will see just the leg burning separately, falling down, and then they will the guy will take the leg and put it on back, and then separately the stomach burning. Arey, it's a visual treat actually. No, for your fear. Actually, that is the reason we are doing this whole program in Varanasi. Understand? The fat burning and melting, you can see all that now. Actually, the head, the face will be burnt, but the skull will be there. All that you can see today. Literally. I had my own death experience in Manikarnika Ghat here only in 1999. Completion with others is the strong suffering for you guys. So, I am pushing you guys into that. So, all the suffocation, anger, guilt, that doesn't want to be with yourself, all that will start erupting out. All that finally logically can never be beaten. Only little bit can be decorated logically, but with this process the whole thing will just leave the system. Only after the death process, your Kundalini will settle down in third eye very stably. Whenever you want, you will be able to use it. It's literally like a rebirth.
Thank you,
And one more
Swamiji.
thing, when you see dead body burning, your biomemory will lose the fear of all fears and the fear of death. Whether you have fear or don't have fear, is it going to delay your death? And you are not going to commit suicide just because you don't have fear of death. All right, I'll remove all the fear. Tomorrow are you going to commit suicide? No. So the fear, having fear is not going to delay your death. Not having fear is not going to encourage you to commit suicide. Then why should we have fear? To struggle with. Yes, this is the place where we are going to be. Now this is the place where I had my death experience. 2.5 days I was sitting there without 1, 2, 3 food, no sleep, then experienced death. Alright, I'll talk about my experience later. Let me talk about your experience. See, death experience will pull out the patterns like a tar. Have you seen this tar with which
Yes.
they make road in
Yes.
in India? I think this much tar is stuck in your head.
Mhm.
So it will pull the whole thing. This last 10 days we were removing it with a earbud. That much only was coming out. Now it will just heat it up and take the whole thing out. Because end of the day, all patterns boil down to fear of your death and your near and dear one's death.
Yes.
Understand?
Yes.
Listen, all patterns boil down to fear of your death or your near and dear one's death. How many of you have body pain? Body pain. Completion with others always brings body pain. Only then you are doing it properly. Otherwise you are not doing it properly. Always. Completion with others will bring body pain, which something like suddenly erupted out. Means that pulling out that hatred, violence. Body pain is one of the symptom when that process happens. All size, shape, today you will see burning. I think night they burn more because all the waiting list. Say, here no morning. So all the relatives will bring the body. Ram Nam Satya Hai, Ram Nam Satya Hai they will bring. And they will dip it in Ganga 5 times and hand over to the Dome Raja and go away. So Dome Raja, he keeps the whole thing pending. Whichever relatives themselves stand and burn and go, that is burnt in the daytime. But all this which is handed over to Dome Raja, like orphan bodies or even the poor people, they don't want to wait, it is getting too late for them to go back. They hand over to the Dome Raja with a full coconut. They will hand over. All the pending list will be done now only. Waiting list in the night only. So I think usually night they burn more. From my experience, I have spent at least 6 months in that cremation ground. Bit, more than 6 months, not straight. Sometimes 1 month, sometimes 20 days, like that. But at least 6 months I have spent at different times. Actually, you guys, if you understand to sit with it, suddenly you will see so much of clarity. Wow! What for we are actually messing with life and nature for stupid things without even knowing what we want. And actually, what I am uttering is too small word. So much of clarity will start happening in your biomemory. You will just know, hey, this is going to be burnt just like this. Present, future. You will just see so clearly, your biomemory will just start relaxing. Just start relaxing. So much of patterns will become irrelevant. So much will become irrelevant. Whether it's our Nirvani Akada or the Agori, Vaishnavite, Buddhists, Bairagis. You see, in Kashi, there are 200 sampradayas having their headquarters. All 200 sampradaya, the moment they give the diksha, they will ask you to go and sit in the Manikarnika for 3 months. Because that will give you so much of lessons. So much of lessons. See, you never want to face the most certain thing in your life. What is the most certain thing in your life? Anything can, may not, but this one only. But you never want to see that. You never want to face it. You think, oh, we have eternity. No, everyone will die, not me. And even if I die, that is going to be like a lot of time is there. We think lot of time, and by the time we raise the hand, top. No, really. And even though we are laughing, inside it's frightening. And we don't want to see that. With you, oh God, what is this? We thought He will give us bliss and peace and we came here. But I tell you, I'll give you the bliss and peace which is permanent in you, which nobody else can take it away. Nobody can take it away. So for that you need to see the reality of your life. Understand? All this power, money, everything is great as long as they are utility. But they can't become the purpose of your existence. Then you are corrupt in your very cognition, in your very DNA. Currency cannot become part of your DNA. It can be part of your purse. Property cannot become part of your DNA. It can be as a part of your home. We have allowed things too much inside. We have taken things too personally. That distance will start happening only when you see the ultimate reality. Lot of lessons, the strong truths will casually become your understanding if you sit with a in cremation ground where thousands of bodies are getting burnt continuously. Every day average 500 bodies are burnt here.
Nityanandam Swamiji. Recently I read an article about the people of Bhutan who are considered some of the most happy people in the world, and they're encouraged to think about their own death on a daily basis. It's part of their daily routine.
In Buddhism, every night you are supposed to meditate on your death.
So are they doing a completion process daily?
It is like a different way of completion.
Thank you,
Say,
Swamiji.
in the completion which I am teaching you guys is from Hindu tradition, the Shaivite tradition, Mahadeva's teaching. Shiva himself teaches this technique, but the technique which you are talking, contemplating on the death, is from Buddhist tradition, what Bhutanese are practicing. And in Agama also Mahadeva talks about death elaborately and gives more than 10 meditation techniques related to death. Today you will be going through that process.
Swamiji, what side? Deity side, deity side. If the very tenet of Hinduism is life after life after life, then why is fear, why is leaving the body so...
That is what. Because you don't understand the tenet as an experience. If you understand that as your experience, you will not have fear.
So even though you mentally believe that you will be born
Not
again...
to me, for a normal person.
Right, for a normal person, right, okay.
So they mentally understand, but they have not experienced it, so the fear is there in biomemory. But when the biomemory itself understands, then they know, wow, so much time is there in front, nothing to worry. Sometimes the fear is due to discontinuity. You do not know the stopgap time, what you will be, where you will be.
Yes. The thought I have all the time in my mind is that after I die, what will happen to my loved ones? So based on that, I have a lot of financial insecurity.
I tell you, before you came, world was functioning. So after you die, world is going to function.
Yes. But over the years, I've taken a lot of responsibility over a lot of things in the family, and so I have this thing that,
So you think
there's
without you,
stability.
things won't run?
I'm sure they're...
How many people would have thought like this? Tell me.
I don't know.
And all of them left, is
Yeah.
it not?
Yeah.
Some even suddenly,
Yes.
after that things did not move.
Yes.
We are all fitting into some roles. We are not beings, understand? We are all roles. Once you fall, you don't play that role. Somebody else will be playing that role.
Okay.
We feel so disrespected to see this truth. That is why we don't want to believe this truth. So we say, no. How can anybody else fit into my role? How great I am. No, that cannot be.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay. Thank you.
Ultimately, only an enlightened person is a being. Everyone else is a role.
Got it.
Understand? Please understand, when I am talking about death, it will feel like I am disrespecting you guys. I am not disrespecting, I am just stating the fact. Don't be hurt, but even if you are hurt, what I am saying is truth. Don't be hurt is my request, but even if you are hurt, what I am saying is the truth. I am just talking the straight truth. So, sometimes we do need to look into our pus and ready to see the wound and the pus which is inside. You can't hide it and go on living forever and ever and ever. Death directly exposes you to you, your instabilities. Actually, death also makes you understand how insignificant your hormonal decisions are. See, like when your bladder is full during the sleep, the filled bladder will create a restroom and make you do the act. Then you will wake up and you will see whole restroom of imagination. How did that imagination come? The filled bladder is capable of creating a particular imagination and situation required for you to feel relieved. Same way, when your body is filled with the hormone, the words you utter, the situations you create, the whole thing, you are just capable of creating the things for your hormones to get released. The death, facing the death, will give you the deeper understanding how insignificant hormones hijacks your life. And you create the restroom, and then when you wake up, suddenly you feel cheated. Death will teach you, nobody cheats you. Death will teach you, nobody cheats you. It's our decisions. At least once in the lifetime, you should face it. Today you have an opportunity. I'm going to make you guys face it. Yes, go ahead.
I have two questions, I guess. The first one, when I think about dying and reincarnating, the idea of reincarnating in a worse life than I have now scares me. Does that come from...
Actually, usually you don't go lower.
Okay, that's good.
A person who kills left and right, human beings, only they go into the lower, others don't go into lower.
Okay, the other concept that, if I try and think about it too hard, really scares me is because I can't wrap my mind around it, is the idea of infinity. Like, the idea of...
You don't have to think, you can't grasp, unless your brain grows that subtle grooves which gets awakened by Kundalini. Once the Kundalini gets awakened, then God, the word will become so real for you, the I word will become empty for you. See, when I utter God, it has so much meaning for me. When I utter the word I, it has no meaning other than the word I am uttering. For you, when you utter the word I, it has so much meaning for you. When you utter the word God, it is just emptiness. So the shift will happen when the Kundalini reaches Sahasrara.
Swamiji, stage side. Swamiji, I have three big fears because I have been drowned before at a very young age. So I can't swim at all now. And I also
Don't worry, you are not going to go into Ganga now. You are only going to sit in the boat in Ganga. The boat is not going to go anywhere. It is going to be tied.
Okay, so I also have a car accident before, so I dare not to drive until now.
All right, then.
So I'm also afraid of snakes because I always dream that I have been strangled by cobra or python. So I'm very afraid of snakes.
We'll work on all these fears.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know how many of you guys will understand. I still never learned swimming. See, at the age of 4, my aunts and uncles, all of them, they go for a vacation in the village. We had a vacation farmhouse. And there is a huge well where everyone jumps and swims, and the kids are taught swimming. All the aunt, uncle, cousins, it's almost like 40, 50 people. So one by one, each kid, they were putting them into the water, and the kid was made to swim. The bottle guard, the shell of the bottle guard will be tied on your body like a tube. With that only the swimming is taught in Indian villages. That's a water tube. And they were about to throw me in the water. I was less than 5 years. I said, no, I will not learn swimming. I am a sannyasi. There is a sannyas tradition. The sannyasi is not supposed to learned swimming, he is not supposed to cross water. In those days there is a tradition, and I am a sannyasi, I will not learn swimming. They said, what do you know about it? I said, I know at the age of 3, 4 itself. And those days there is a tradition that you should not cross ocean, ride horse, light fire, because number of sannyasis were very less. So all the risky things they have been banned not to do. So they are protected, the number is protected. Of course, nowadays we go to country and that's different.
Swami, in Living Enlightenment book, I only read one thing. You have written that, are you ready to face death? And ask yourself. So I really said, no, I'm not ready. The incompletions, guilt, fear, every time we carry with ourselves. And during the time of death, what actually happens? The hell is nothing. It is the throw out the life, what incompletions you have carried in yourself, and that teases you that you have done this. I really want to come out from this, and
I'll help you. Step by step, I'll guide you and help you and do it today.
yes, Swami.
Don't worry.
And at the end stage of my life also, I really don't want any kind of
Don't worry.
incompletions. It's just to
Once
move
I
out.
finish this process today, I give you commitment, whenever, wherever you die, I'll be there to liberate you.
Thank you so much, Swami. Thank you so much.